Dikembe Mutombo. Oh, no, no.
There it is.
Yes, yes, yes. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of the Evan and Eric Show presents the Red and the Blue Soccer Chats. This is your boy, Evan, representing the Blues. Sitting to my right is Aaron, representing the Red Devils from Manchester United. We are 2 minutes away from kickoff, my friend, and this is a special episode because we are literally going to be live broadcasting throughout the entire match. So, ladies and gentlemen, just strap on your seatbelts, get ready. We're going to go through this whole thing, man. What you got any predictions for today, or what's? Well, first of all, how you doing, man? It's been a minute.
I am doing pretty good. Really excited for this. Excited for kind of the run into the season here. This is the penultimate match. This is the last match before everybody plays again on Sunday. So we have a chance, to get some points. All we need is one from the last two games to guarantee ourselves Champions League football. So that's nice.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of, kind of like subplots going on here. You look at Chelsea, and Lampard looks to have put out kind of a veteran-ish lineup to maybe give some guys a last chance to prove they want to be at Chelsea, or maybe give them a send-off. I don't think we're going to see Piliqueta next season. So, I think there's maybe a little bit of that to it. Man U still not deep enough where they really, really need to be, and obviously a lot of injuries contributing to that. So can some younger guys step up and contribute? Will Rashford get to see some time after his time off with illness and the injury? So I think there's a lot of, the game itself really only matters in as much as United need that 1 point. Chelsea's not getting relegated, and they're not going to get into the Europa.
We're not going to get top half at all, which that's okay.
So really the only thing at stake is can United get themselves the point that they need to make sure that they've got Champions League. And obviously it comes at the expense of Liverpool, so that that's fun for United fans.
It's fun for a lot of fans, my friend.
And what else is interesting is if United win both their games, even if Newcastle beat you guys on Sunday, we'd still be able to leapfrog them. But I'm thinking that's a really good opportunity for you guys to get some points.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
No, it is a good opportunity for us to
get some points, because Newcastle will have accomplished more than they expected to.
Yes.
This season.
Yes. And
they will be in celebration mode. They'll be away from home, so they won't have their own, a whole bunch of fans to be like, oh, we owe it to them.
Right.
I think that's an opportunity for Chelsea to pick up some points there. So be interesting to see how we go today. You asked me for a prediction. If recent form for both team holds, I think it's going to be a 1-0 victory for Manchester United. I think we'll get a goal.
Yeah.
You guys just aren't threatening much.
Nope.
And we have had an inability to kill games off. We've played really well at times.
Yeah.
And then we've still needed De Gea to kind of make sure we don't give up a silly late goal and get a 1-1.
Sure.
So I mean, since we lost 3-0 at Sevilla, we had 2 draws, and then like a succession. I want to say like 5 1-0, maybe a 1-2-0 game in there. So we're playing well. We're not dominating.
Well, I do think that, look at that. I mean, just right off the bat, Man U is going to win this match. I think, though, I want more for the people at Old Trafford. I think it's going to be 2-1. I really do. I think it'll be.
I think it would be good to see some goals for both clubs.
These are two of the big six.
Well,
so
two of the big six, and we've talked at length about the kind of issues both clubs have been facing. Excuse me, sorry about that at home. I think it was predictable that Chelsea were going to have some issues with new ownership and things like that. I don't think that the turmoil and everything else was quite as expected. Obviously, United also in a transitional period.
Oh boy, that's a nice steal.
Good pressure.
Okay. Oh, still haven't cleared the ball. Oh no, here's a chance.
All right, there we go. Who's that out there?
That's Azpilicueta.
Well, that's you know, I want to say this.
Right place, right time.
I want to say this, people. There is, without a doubt, that Dave Cesar Azpilicueta deserves to be in the discussion for all-time great Premier League defenders. He absolutely does. Okay. He probably loses out almost to his own players because, if you look at him as a center back, you're probably going to choose a John Terry kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
If you look at him as a wing back, then I think Ashley Cole gets that nod in there. But there's no doubt that he's been a fantastic servant and been great. Unfortunately, he's entered the John Terry, Rio Ferdinand years of it's just not quite there anymore.
Yeah.
And you see him really complaining more than actually playing top-level ball. So hopefully he gets a chance. I don't know where he's from originally.
Okay.
I mean, I know he's Spanish, but I don't know what his youth club was or anything like that. But it would be great to see him go back home, play another season or so. I think he's got that in him. Maybe be a captain of the team.
Yep. Chelsea on the attack.
Because he deserves it. He
Decent shot.
absolutely
Decent
deserves
shot.
it. Yeah, good movement. The transition through United there was a little too easy for my liking.
Well, yeah.
Especially for having really dominated possession and putting a lot of pressure on early. So that shows what can be done. And again, here's one of these players. Who's in charge? Look, it looks like it's Pochettino.
Mm-hmm.
Pochettino.
Yeah.
Pochettino. And Poch.
There you go.
What's his plan, and can Todd Bowley match that?
Well, you said a lot of really good stuff there. Number one, Dave absolutely deserves to be in the discussion as far as one of one of the all-time at least favorite Chelsea players that there's ever been. But yeah, you can definitely see there is a marked decline in certain abilities, and that, that's happened. That happens. What I like about coming in, Pochettino, is I like the fact that what a nice ball.
That was a good
ball
switch
coming
there.
down the side and a delivery in the middle.
Wow.
Mudryk just could not get his feet under
I'm sorry. If anything kind of sums up the sort of the travails that Chelsea's going through.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's right there.
Here's this one good movement. That's a tremendous ball right there.
That's a great ball.
And he's
off
on.
Anyway.
No, I think he's on. I think that would have stood.
It looked like it.
Not real sure why whoever that was didn't take it, but I mean, it seems like there's a curse on the number 9, and I know Mudryk is not that, but that's where he found himself, and it's almost like they're not allowed to score.
0 goals.
Yeah.
108 million euros. 0 goals. It's tough. It is a tough thing to swallow as far as the Chelsea squad is concerned. Mudryk came in, and we were hoping, that's a great ball. Oh, man, Rashford
really needed to be better from that.
Oh, that was that's Martial.
Yeah, I think Rashford's on the bench.
Is he on the bench? Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't make any remarks.
I think the
that was a nice.
The problem that you guys face, and we've been dealing with this too, is when teams know you've got the money.
Yeah.
They hold out. So yes, you overpaid for Mudryk, and we have no idea how good the guy can be because he's been thrown into pure chaos.
Right.
I hope he turns out, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Pochettino came in and said, you know what, not my kind of player.
Yeah.
And I would hate that would derail somebody's career, but we see it all the time when people try to make these moves, and Bowley's just sort of had this kind of slapdash Glazers type of policy of, it's time to spend money. Well, I'll just bring in a bunch of players.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they actually fit together.
Well, when did the Glazers, in your opinion? And there it is, the breakthrough.
Well, and Casemiro has just been fantastic for Manchester United this season.
Man.
I don't think we expected to see bicycle kicks and all that stuff like we have recently, but this is what he does. The man is absolutely just a tremendously cerebral football player and gets himself into the right position.
No. Didn't have anything to do with the play. He didn't block anything.
We'll see. I mean, all this shit gets reviewed.
I know.
Sorry for the kids at home.
Well, once again, this is a problem.
That's too easy, though. I'm sorry, but that's too easy. Casemiro is a threat,
yes.
and you don't mark him with anybody serious, and he gets himself between two guys. I mean, that's
yes, absolutely. But I blame. Here's where in that play I kind of. Yeah, Havertz did not have him marked well.
Yeah, I see. I think he's about to step off. I think his right leg's going to pull him off here. It depends. I can't see which one he is right now.
See, I think he's the one with the arm sticking out.
Yeah, he's going to say it's that close, yeah.
I think he's fine, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. I do. I think he's fine. I don't think that...
Yeah, Casemiro might be on. It's
on.
Really, really difficult to tell.
I think he's on.
And I got to say something. How are we still looking at things from askance angles? Like,
can we not just?
You're telling me there's not an ability to get a straight on line look at this? I really don't understand.
I think it's for yeah. Anyway,
at what point? Oh, you know what? I think he's on now.
That's Havertz.
Yep.
That's Havertz.
I think him leaning is probably helping him out.
Yep.
Which, again, folks, I got to say, the spirit of the game is not meant for this. It was never meant to be about, are you gaining a quarter inch of advantage because your nipple's offside or something like that.
Right.
Offsides exist to prevent goal hanging, and that right there was just people being very close together.
Oh, my gosh. What is going on?
Well,
Hall, is that Hall? He's a young guy, man.
What we're seeing is, a Chelsea team that just doesn't really know what it is right now, and a Manchester United team that they're still leggy. I think there's going to be some times in this game where they look like they could give it away, but Ten Hag is putting things together.
Sure. I mean, and on the other side, I mean, for as much as I wanted Frank to come in and give us a boost, it just didn't happen. And I don't know. I mean, once again, it's like
I don't think it's on him though. I don't think
football. No, it's not him.
I don't think any manager
I'm talking about
could have
this.
done much.
This is just horrible football.
Oh,
absolutely horrible football by Chelsea in the midfield. Look at this. This is horrible. Oh. I don't. If this is not the epitome of a team that hasn't played together,
well,
this is it, dude. This is it.
It's just unfortunate because there's a team in here. There's a talented team in here. There's probably a team in here that could challenge for a title, but there's no cohesion.
No.
There's no plan. There's no understanding. And because of that, you can't reach that next level that you need to leave. You know.
Come on, Havertz.
You can't.
Oh my God.
Every one of these teams has great players. Has guys that have worked their asses off and are true professionals and want to win things.
Yeah.
But to get to those elite levels, those next levels, you've got to reach understandings and telepathy with players and have somebody with a vision, a Klopp, a Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Hopefully now a Ten Hag. I think Pochettino can be good. A Jose. You've got to have somebody who says, this is the vision and this is how we get there.
Yeah.
And that's not what's been going on at Chelsea for almost the entirety of the season.
No.
And maybe you could argue prior to that because Tuchel obviously was having some issues. That's not going to work.
All right, let's go.
Now you've overcommitted and given up space.
All right.
Conor Gallagher might be somebody to keep around. I don't know that you'd say that he's going to start on the regular, but I think he's a good high-level squad player for a club like Chelsea. I like Enzo.
Yeah, I do like Enzo.
Enzo's been good.
I do like Enzo, yes. So Chelsea, I mean, this is probably the most possession that I've seen them kind of maintain. They're trying to set up something. Not sure what. There we go. That's a nice play.
Are you happy about Pac coming in?
Yeah, I really am. I think that he can be a lot like. I think he can be a lot like. Yeah, I know, Don. I know. But once again,
He's decided he just doesn't want to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Two right at his feet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. Good.
I think
GFOP Don here, kind of illustrating what the problem is that Chelsea's had for a while now. Just nobody wants to put the ball in the back of the net, and you're not going to win games. Never mind get top 4 like that.
You have to match the run of the guy with the ball.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Tell the U8s you can't score if you don't
shoot.
Yeah.
You got to shoot the ball.
Got to shoot the ball. Yeah. So, I mean, Havertz had a really good run there. I understand the ball may have gotten on Gallagher a little quick, but he did not match Havertz's run.
No.
That's a nice try. Just as good defense by Man U. Dribbling around the box. Oh. I don't know, man. I think Pac can come in. I think that he can. Yeah. Yeah. We love him. You know, it's that love-hate relationship, that kind of relationship where you break up and then you make up. That's just once again, it is literally that's our season. That's our season, right there. He open shot Gallagher for the 3rd time now, and now Man U is countering. We look horrible. Absolutely horrible. And there you go. Just
another
slipping.
Apparently, we've watered the pitch a bit too much today. So let's look at our full matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, I think the fact that Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno have been on the field for the last few games together has been massively important.
Yeah, I agree.
Individually, I think each of them obviously elevate what we're about. But especially early on in the season when we were really building that momentum, it all looked like it emanated from the 3 of those players. And obviously Eriksen being out with injury, Casemiro being out because of really some unfortunate cards.
Yeah.
Bruno's been left to carry the weight, and he's a fantastic player. He deserves some of the criticisms that come his way, but when you think about how much he's played and what he's doing for this club, and then you look at how well these 3 players play together, that's awesome. Now, the real problem is 2 of the 3 of them are on the wrong side of 30, so this is not a long-term solution. So we're probably still looking to get in for Frankie de Jong. We're probably still looking at a Declan Rice kind of players. But
that's
you can
nice
see
ball.
what a huge difference it is when they're on the field together. Yeah, that's, again...
Enzo, once again.
You see these glimpses of what Chelsea could be about.
Yes.
Versus, it takes time. I didn't know much about Madueke when he came to the club, but what I have seen of him, I think there's a player in there.
Absolutely.
Again, though.
Absolutely.
What does Pochettino want? What is going to be his vision? How many of these guys does he look at and say, this is exactly who I want to be on my team?
Well, I think that, Graham Potter had a chance to do that. I think Graham Potter had a chance to do that. And with maybe another owner, he might have been able to do the Brighton and Hove thing here. He might have been able to say, okay, here's what we need to do to turn this thing around. I just think that with Todd Bowley, an incredible play, sequence of
Now keep it moving. Now keep it moving.
Right there in the middle.
Nope, not going to get there. Good ideas, though. You can, again, neither of these teams are finished products. We're slightly further along in our process, but you can see specifically what United are attempting to do. Chelsea, not quite as much because, again, Lampard has a,
he's the caretaker.
He's a caretaker manager. Yeah. So, really, he can make decision by decision, each week, and I think the fact that he's been asked to stay on and be a part of Pochettino's staff lends him a certain amount of I want to begin presenting that vision.
Yes,
and I presumably Mauricio's called Frank up and said, hey man, this is obviously not the guys that we're going to have next season, but here are the guys that I think we could be using right now and will benefit us.
Yeah.
tell me who, not the established players, the new guys that you've brought in the last couple years. Who do you want to see stay and who do you want to see go?
Oh man, that's an interesting question. I'd love to see. I want to see what Wesley Fofana does.
Yes.
I still want to see him continue to develop. He's been a solid part of our defense for the last 2 or 3 months, and I think that he can be that type of player. Oh, nice play. That type of player that really does close up, that seals up back there for us.
Anthony's product's got to be a little bit better there. You did well to get open, then you let the ball come to rest between your feet.
Right.
So now you've slowed up play, which in that instance allowed people to get in, but then your final ball is not just bad, it was nowhere near somebody.
No.
So we need to improve that, but continue.
Yeah, no. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to say this, and I just don't think it's going to be received well. I think Kai Havertz has to go. I think.
Well, I think he wants to go.
I think, well, and that's the thing. I think he has to go because of that reason. I think that we were looking at him possibly going to Bayern or one of the Bundesliga teams. I think he has to go.
What would you think of him at Dortmund?
I'd like him at Dortmund because he'd be back with Tuchel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Tuchel, but he would be back with Torsen.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is why I think Poch can be really cool, because I see Poch kind of like Torsen with what he's done with Dortmund, just keeping it going when Marco left. He's not only kept it going, but he's made Dortmund challenge Bayern for the title. And it's like, okay.
Ooh, more than challenge, maybe.
I know, I get it. I'm not saying it yet, but, I'm just saying. I think that Poch can do that. I think that if we give him time and give him everything that he needs and everything that he wants, I think that that's going to be the difference maker. Wow, that just did not bounce well for Chelsea. They have a 3-on-1, and here we go. Oh, wow, that's good closing defense. Great closing defense from Chelsea.
I liked your inadvertent George Michael lyrics there.
What did I say? George Michael.
Everything he wants.
Everything. Yeah. There you go. That's it. But
to get your money up.
I think that it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good thing for us. It'll be interesting to see, especially how they perform in the summer. I'm looking forward to seeing them play Wrexham, or at least watching them play Wrexham.
Anthony Martial, ladies and gentlemen, kind of everything good and everything bad, all in one sequence right there.
Dave is down and does not look like he wants to or is able to get up yet.
What are you doing?
Oh. Well, wait a minute.
We gave a fist bump.
So that was, it's good defense.
Yeah, that's good defense. But again, I mean, Tony, why are we not hitting this first time?
Yeah.
I'm
not sure that he knew that Azpilicueta was closing.
But you're receiving a ball inside the 18 in the Premier League. If you don't think somebody's going to hit you, what have you been doing while you've been in this league?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yep. I wonder if Dave's just cramping up, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully not 20 minutes into the game.
I was going to say, man.
It's not hot there. They're wearing coats and gloves.
I wonder if he just overextended, maybe hyperextended. I don't know.
Maybe a stinger. I can't quite tell. He looked to come around Martial, so maybe it was like a side knee kind of thing.
So I also think that the man jogging on the sideline, Thiago Silva, is I don't want him to go. I just don't. I think he brings a level of professionalism. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, man?
Do you think some of his comments maybe have not been... Tommy, I'd love to, but we will immediately get shut down for copyright infringement because we've done stuff like that before.
Exactly.
But I like where your head's at.
I'm sorry. Go ahead with what you were asking.
Thiago's been kind of openly critical of kind of the sort of behind the scenes going on, the lack of sort of leadership from the front office and things of that nature.
Yep.
And I don't think he's wrong, but to do so quite so publicly, and I'm not saying he isn't a senior player and hasn't earned his right, but he's not a Chelsea legend.
No.
Can some of that be seen as a distraction or maybe undermining?
I don't think so. I think that Thiago Silva has, like you said, enough clout.
Okay.
That.
And I think you're probably right.
You know, I think he's got enough clout. And, you know, okay, is he a Chelsea legend? I mean, I don't think you would use that type of wording or terminology. I agree with you there.
Was he there for the Champions League?
No.
No. And I'm not asking that as sort of a dig. I'm asking if he was there and helped lift the trophy, and I just can't quite recall because that's been like 3 or 4 years now, right?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there.
Then maybe you can say that because I mean obviously what he's done elsewhere carries weight. It's like Casemiro with Manchester United.
Yes.
Thiago Alcantara for Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
They've put in the work. I'm not suggesting that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you've got a guy who is a tremendous footballer and doesn't need to show you his resume anymore. You know,
right.
You should just know the name. But just kind of openly criticizing ownership and sort of the lack of things, it kind of, not quite, but it seems similar to what Cristiano kind of did right before he left the club.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if, what other players do you think?
I think Armando Broja needs to go. What is he doing? He's sitting on the bench. Like, I haven't seen him in the last 2-3 months.
He's the Wout Weghorst of Chelsea.
That's a good point.
And honestly, I think I'd take Wout Weghorst over Broja.
Yes.
And part of that is he's just not really had the opportunities, but he also may just not be good enough for this level of play.
Right.
But again, I think that speaks to this sort of haphazard, what's out there, what can we grab hold of kind of player. Mm-hmm. So I'm, for the sake of the game and for the sake of Chelsea Football Club, I hope Poch has said, here's my plan. I can't imagine at this level, when you're interviewing at our levels, people come in and say, what can you do for my company? What can you provide? Yeah. And I would imagine Pochettino had to show up and be like, here's my slideshow presentation of I want to play this style. I want these types of players. And here's how long I think it's going to take us to achieve that. He's a young man. Do you really think he's hurt? I don't know. I don't think he's probably all that.
I don't know. Hopefully not. He's.
I'd like to start a petition to say that Wesley Fofana's nickname is Fofa.
Or Banana Fana.
Ooh.
Banana Fana. Anyway, and that is. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I had a wonderful time in Europe.
Our buddy just got back from Germany. That's why we were not having the show for the last couple of weeks. So Evan,
do this and show like.
I
covered it. I covered some of it. There you go. Maybe you'll know what beer that is. But
drink you some German beer, folks.
Yes, it is. It is magical over there, man.
It's lovely, and for anybody who wants to have a good time, you might consider joining us for the Euro in Germany next summer.
I thought you were going to say call Evan. Wow, man. I thought you were going to go like
you could do
school.
that too. But I'm just saying, I think we're going to have a good time. It will be my 50th birthday celebration. It will be a little early because I don't actually turn 50 until August of next year. But
oh, man.
And can you believe this? This is 50? No.
Hey, I was going to say.
No.
In
29 again.
4 weeks, my friend. In 4 weeks.
Oh.
That'll be big 5-0 for me.
Cheers to you, sir.
So all the friends of the pod, there you go. 50? I don't think, right here.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No. Even you've got the fantastic salt and pepper, which I will never ever have. I can't. I still look like a 16-year-old with his like high school yearbook picture.
Dude, okay, he really is hurt. He really is hurt. Let's see what happens here.
I'm a little disappointed in my own player right now. Unless this is an actual knee injury, I'm just not seeing it.
I'm wondering. Oh, here comes Rashi. Here comes Rashi. I don't know.
Sorry, man.
I'd like to give him benefit of the doubt.
So, are we gonna push Jaden to the right? Is that?
Man, I tell you, this is going to get
Yeah, I think Jaden goes to the right, Marcus goes to the left.
Yeah, it's going to get from bad. This is going to go from bad to worse for Chelsea.
Yeah, you guys may have accidentally poked the bear here.
Yeah, so that I don't know. Watch him get up and jog off.
Well, again, like I said.
Oh, is he pulling a Willis Reed? Is he pulling a Willie Reed? He's pulling a Willie Reed, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you see Willis in the stands the other night when New York was getting knocked out and guys were leaving the stadium and that people were trying to dap him? He's like, "You're leaving."
Yeah,
like,
right. It's like, no, I'm not. No.
I have to stick around to the end and give an interview. You guys suck.
No. Okay, so he sat back down, man. I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. I think he wants to play. I mean, if you know you're going to. Yeah, I think it might be a knee injury. And
What
so,
is the difference between Anthony and Richarlison? Somebody, anybody, jump in and tell me, like, what?
Wow. Anthony, I can kind of stomach. Richarlison.
What distinguishes them? They both have good individual skill. They both have that kind of feisty attitude, but they also are completely indisciplined. They're also prone to just, I'm gonna kick a dude. They fall down at the slightest touch. Their ability to keep their emotions in check. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Anthony's a fun and interesting player for United, but
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I sincerely hope he is not hurt.
I was gonna say you hate to see that,
but I have a feeling this time tomorrow.
He's in full form. He's in full form.
Really, I think he's probably going to be in the match day squad on Sunday. So I could be wrong. I mean, but he seems very dramatic.
Well, I mean, maybe he's a cancer just like I am. We're dramatic people. I mean,
it happens.
We are.
It happens.
Yeah, but here's
I'm a Leo. I don't know how, understand how that works.
You don't have any inkling of how that works.
Swinging as I come into the room.
Here's my shock for next season. My absolute shock. You know who I think they need to bring back?
For who?
Chelsea. We've talked about this before.
Didier Drogba? Can we get 25-year-old Didier Drogba back? Does Didier Drogba have a child? Like,
no. Well, first of all, we need to also release Aubameyang. It just was not a good
Barack Aubameyang.
Yeah,
he needs to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. It just and here's the thing.
Look, even all the other silly shit aside, just the fact that, I mean, you're going to build for the future. You can't do it around a 31, 32-year-old striker who's not shown form for at least 2.5 years.
Yeah. So he's got to go, and gosh. Dang,
I asked you a question.
I know.
Like 15 minutes ago.
I lost my.
I love these versions of the show where there's absolutely no format whatsoever.
None.
And all of a sudden we're just tipsy.
I know. I'm just kind of watching. I'm watching them weave their way through. It's so. I don't know. Chelsea just seems like a.
But see, that's been nice. I think without. And now you've gone back. So you've lost the field that you'd gained.
Yep.
You're not really probing us, if you will. You're
that's not this type
I mean,
of show.
you're not quickly moving players from side to side. You're not unbalancing the defense. I think you're kind of hoping to get it to somebody who does something individually solid, and I don't think you've got that player anymore. No, I say that.
I agree.
And now you've just really moved through the gears nicely. That ball needs to go in. Yeah, I think you've got some really talented players, and they're just not on the same page yet.
Yeah.
And it takes time. People think this is not footy manager, people. You don't just buy the team and throw them out on the field, and all of a sudden you're like, well, they're all rated 92 and higher, so they should be fine.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
Right.
It absolutely does not work like that.
Nope.
And especially when you got a bunch of guys that are potential 92s and higher, but haven't reached that yet.
Yep.
You got a lot of youth that's still trying to figure it out, and a lot of older guys that, I mean, like we said, Dave's on his way out. Everyone knows
Oh,
that.
what a ball. What a ball. I remember what I was going to say. I'll wait till after this. It's good. Oh,
Yeah,
great
good D.
Great
Good
D.
The unfortunate thing right there was that the guy leading the break wasn't the person who needed to be on the ball.
Looks like you should have sent that left.
Yeah, but again, I think that was Wan-Bissaka running the break. So
Yeah,
that
not
was
the guy.
Not your point guard.
And here's
you
the
know?
counter. Oh! Havertz.
You just don't want to score. I mean,
I remember what I was going to say. The guy we need to bring back, Big Rom. We need to bring back.
Well, he's coming
Romelu
back.
Lukaku. Well, yeah, he's coming back.
Do you keep him? Does Pochettino, want him in his plans? That sort of thing. Because I'm with you. I think he could be very, very valuable.
Absolutely.
By the way, big ups to Inter winning the title.
Yeah.
So he's got that, and I would love it if Inter played spoiler in the Champions League to prevent that treble.
Yeah.
I think United could win the game, the FA Cup final against City.
Yeah.
But if you're going on straight form and things of that nature, I've got to say, yes, City's
that's gonna be a tough one.
Probably in a better place, and it will be tough. And I might have different thoughts if I knew Varane and Martinez could start together and have all our first choices. But there's no question City's still the better team there. But Inter could be interesting for them in the Champions League because they've, it's not an accident you get to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You talk about draws and all these different things, but at the end of the day, they won the games that they needed to, and any given Sunday,
Yeah.
or Saturday, as the case may be.
Bruno's still down in the box. I'm wondering if he's just kind of staying there so they take a look at this. I don't think the ref's having it.
I didn't see anything that would lead me to believe that.
All right,
that was
so here's the
truly a
replay.
penalty.
Let's see what happens
I
here.
love Bruno, but he's got a bit of Cristiano in him. I mean, there's contact, but I'm not sure you'd call a penalty for that. He stepped on his heel. I just don't know if you can call that.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Come on.
And the problem is, I get it. If I weren't a fan of United, I would probably be annoyed by Bruno.
Oh, I'm not annoyed. No, not at all. I didn't
mean you, but I just mean in general. I see the criticisms. I mean, it's like when Cristiano first came to United, he did dive a lot. You can't deny that kind of stuff. And Bruno, shall we say, makes the most of contact. and then he does complain. He does whine to the referees a bit. Every team's got one. Arsenal's got 13.
Yeah, they've got.
Y'all walked into that shit.
Oh,
You're lucky this is not the Red and Red podcast. Y'all to be eating one, I'm telling you.
That's right.
By the way, shout out to all the Arsenal fans who didn't show up for their game at the weekend, which is probably just as well since you all lost.
Exactly.
To one of the worst teams in the world.
Oh man, that was just poetic, my friend. So here's
it was a lot of fun to be here for.
Man U on the break. See, and this is the difference between Chelsea and Man U. Man U will continue just pushing.
One more.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Nice block.
Yeah, good D. Again, kind of delayed it just a little too long, I think, and now you've got enough guys back that I think you've got this sorted.
I don't know. We're Chelsea, remember? This is the 2023 version.
We struggle once teams put us in that low block.
That's a good ball.
That's a good ball bat.
Just got on him too quick.
I honestly think you might have left it thinking he had a runner in behind him. It wasn't too far off, but I mean, you look at both teams' shape right now.
Yeah.
And Chelsea understand how to get back and defend, and that's one of United's biggest problems, and it has been for the last couple of seasons, is when teams do sit low, you missed your opportunity. Yeah, it was there. Just a half second late. Here I'm criticizing a professional soccer player, but I mean, you could kind of see he hit the window closed very quickly there.
Oh, Havertz.
Yeah.
See, that was just unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
He knew it. I don't think he intended to do it. I think he just kind of dragged the leg there a little bit. Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg.
Cobra Kai Havertz.
Wow.
We'll be here all day, folks.
But that might disqualify me. You have a problem with that? No mercy. Anyway. Oh, man. But, yeah, I think Lukaku he can present an incredible threat up front, especially for guys that are beginning to, discover who they are. I think Pac will put together his team and say, okay, Rom, I just want you to go in and make a fine mess of everything. Like in the box, I want you to just go in, use your body, let these guys kind of work around you. If they can deliver you a pass, that's awesome, because that's the type of player he is,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you got to put the pass on him.
You're not playing a high press yet, so he won't hurt you in that respect.
Right.
His hold up play and his passing are fantastic. It was something that when he came to United.
Did you see that the play that he made in the box where he just literally shielded two guys, passed the ball behind him, and the guy came on and struck it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and he will be able to continue to do that in the Premier League, I think, for another couple of seasons. And he's become a much more refined finisher. I think that was an early criticism of him, that he just didn't finish as many of the opportunities he got, but he has worked on that. I was disappointed when he left United. I understood it, but I still think there was something to offer. Sorry. Hand signals.
Yes, absolutely.
To the staff offside there.
Tiny drinks.
But at the end of the day, if nothing else, he's legitimately a number 9 striker on your books. And I know his last time there wasn't great, but I think that had more to do with the system and sort of circumstances than anything else. I think he's going to come back with a renewed focus and really want to produce, because he has.
Go!
Oh, that's nice.
Mudryk. Ah!
No. Sit down.
Darn it. Well, that's some good work. Good work by Chelsea there.
It's a good opportunity that got created.
It just developed a little slow in the box, allowed Man U to come back. And
you can see that it's just not sharp.
Yeah, it's not sharp. May I have a tiny drink too? Thank you.
Tiny drinks.
Tiny drinks. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a chance this Memorial Day weekend, which I'm sure there's going to be a halftime shot that we will mention all the incredible heroes that protect us every day, you need to get up to Chatham Tap Fishers, Butler, or downtown on Mass Ave. Whatever food was just carried through here, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dunka.
That really smelled spectacular.
That was like, wow, that's some good stuff.
And they do have the new seasonal menu going on up here. I highly recommend it. I've tried most of it, and it's really delicious. The chick parm is out of this world. Chicken Caesar wrap is nice.
Good ball. Good ball.
JoJo's special buffalo chicken dip is tremendous. I recommend adding a little bit of heat to it. Ask for a little Tabasco, a little Frank's.
Excellent.
But yeah.
Yeah, basically, das Essen ist lecker.
Yes.
Das Essen ist lecker.
And obviously, signature wings, still one of the tops in the city. I got a few favorites that I love on the menu. Get up here, check it out. They will have every game on. Across all the TVs. It will be a huge day. Come support your team. Yep. Come have some fun. And then go for a nice little stroll around downtown Fishers.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a really excellent weekend.
Oh, gorgeous.
You've got the Nickel Plate District. You've got their version of the Monon up here, and then a few things further east there to the Yard and all that, the experiment or the test kitchen and all that jazz. So yeah, check it out. Come check it out.
Yes. So we're 40 minutes into the match. Both teams. Oh man, I hate when Kepa plays it. Oh, I hate that because I'm not sure that. I don't know. I'm just not confident in his passing abilities quite yet, and I know it's been all season.
I mean,
there's been some shaky times, ladies and gentlemen.
He reminds me a lot of De Gea in the sense of if somebody's taking a shot, I'm pretty confident he's going to save it. But there are certain deficiencies in his game that that especially modern managers want out of a guy, that it's maybe not what they're best at. You know, they are decent with their feet. I mean, let's face it, they're both Spaniards. They grew up with they still grew up with the ball at their feet. They're not quite Alisson or Ederson, but Alisson and Ederson aren't anywhere near either of them when it comes to glove work.
Oh.
They're just not. So I think you've sometimes got to say, this is what I'm willing to sacrifice as a manager.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'd love it if my goalkeeper, had Paul Scholes' passing ability.
Oh, my gosh.
But it's a tad bit unrealistic at times. And I'd really much...
Come on, Hall.
Yeah, closed down well. I tell you what, I do like him. He's one for the future. I think there's still a lot of work to be done.
Absolutely.
But I do like what I've seen out of him.
Yep.
Lewis Hall, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lewis Hall.
I do like him. But boy, he looks young.
He's incredibly young.
And he's wearing 67.
But he's making those mistakes, but I think he's learning from those mistakes.
I would agree, and I think this is really the last. I think he's played the last couple of games. This is really, really good experience for him.
Seventh start this season, or third straight start.
I'd like to see more of that moving forward. I really, one of my main criticisms of Chelsea overall over the last few years is you've had so many players out on loan that you're not just bringing back through, and they kind of seem to go missing. And I'd say you got to give these kids an opportunity.
Yeah.
And if they don't quite make it, then that's fine. But we've had guys come through, our Darren Gibsons, our Tom Cleverleys. These are guys that are still playing high-level football.
Yeah.
I don't know if long-term Scott McTominay is going to stay at United, but you know what? Somebody's going to buy him, and we'll make money off that. Chelsea need to monetize these guys.
Absolutely.
Put them in the shop window. Say, look, we're going to give you an opportunity and see how you do.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. And you've got 30-some guys out on loan. Like, surely a handful of them can play.
Well, once again, I think that the changing of all of the positions, the changing of the different lineups and things, I think Potter's downfall is the same thing as Frank is finding, is that when you keep switching guys around. Frank actually started, playing guys relatively the same from week to week. That's a good ball. Oh.
Not a bad hit.
Not a bad one.
And again, I like Gallagher being aggressive and trying to make something happen there.
It's like, go ahead and shoot the ball.
Like Don said, if you don't shoot, you cannot score. And I want to see more of that.
Yep.
You can see what he was trying to do.
Sure.
Needed to wrap his foot around it a little bit more, but I think he's got that in his locker.
Yeah, I think so too. But I once again, I just think that we've said it throughout the season. And once again, guys, let me remind you of my prediction at the beginning of the season. I said we'd be fighting for top half of the table. I did. I said we'd be fighting for top half.
You're no longer fighting.
I know, exactly. But that's what I'm saying is that, I think there were some that was like, nah, we'll finish higher than that. No, this is the type of up and down season I think that we had to have. That's just great defense right there.
Now you're too quick and give yourselves a disadvantage on the break. And now you're forced to foul.
That was, yeah.
And I hate to say it because I love Christian Eriksen, but literally everything that just went wrong in that sequence was Christian Eriksen.
It was on Christian Eriksen. He did not get a card for stopping.
I'm a little surprised by that because that was a pretty cynical, obvious professional foul.
Right, but once again, it
wasn't malicious, but typically you get a card for that.
Well, sure, right, but Chelsea has not. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, wow. Keep hitting it, guys. Keep hitting it.
Okay.
Keep going.
Honest question.
Yep.
At the peak of their powers, and maybe Conor Gallagher will get better, and this is an unfair question, but Conor Gallagher or Ross Barkley?
That's okay. It's an honest question. No. I mean, like right now, or are you saying like we're
peak of their powers? Take the best version of Ross Barkley versus
come on, man. man.
what we think the best of Conor Gallagher could be.
I think Conor Gallagher. And here's the thing. I don't like giving Ross Barkley that much shit. I'm like, you know what, dude? He's a professional football player. So okay, I'm gonna give him that. But yeah, I'll take Conor Gallagher. I just think Gallagher has. I think he's got more in his repertoire. I just do. And
Shout out to Ryan Barry and Emmanuel Oladipo.
Oh.
That's almost Victor Oladipo. That's pretty close.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Shout out to you both. Appreciate that.
Yes. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate
Thanks for tuning in.
I would take Conor Gallagher. I would take him.
Well, I think his upside. I mean, we already know where Ross Gallagher plateaued.
Ross Gallagher. Wow, you've already.
Can we just make one player?
You've already made a Tomcat. Tom and Katie. Tomcat. There you go.
We know what Ross Barkley's ultimate. I almost did it again. We know where he ultimately I wouldn't call it a ceiling, just where he plateaued.
Oh, right.
And I think a big part of that was he kept calling the next Wayne Rooney and the next top level player, and I think you really harm guys by doing that.
Yes.
And you know what? I would probably take Ross Barkley's career. I mean, seriously.
Well, yeah.
If you said, hey, man, you're going to play for a few top-level teams and make a lot of money, you're never really going to fully establish yourself and be the superstar that people said you were going to be. But, I mean,
that's good work by Hall.
Been a professional footy player for a career. I mean, that don't suck. But I would agree with you that I think what Conor Gallagher's upside is left now.
Yeah.
Is probably already higher than where
yes.
Ross eventually achieved. He's probably got a handful of YouTube moments, kind of things, and Sports Center highlights, and honestly, we'd all take it.
Oh, absolutely.
We'd all take it tomorrow.
Absolutely. But I mean,
I did not get on Sports Center for scoring against Cincinnati Bible College.
Stop it. And probably against me. I'm just saying. Anyway,
we have history.
We have history. But no, I think that I'm liking, for the past 10 minutes, I'm liking what Chelsea is bringing to the table. Nice. See, it's a nice ball. Fighting for the ball, not letting Man U just, as I say that was just brilliant by Bruno. What a brilliant ball. And here's the break, maybe. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Not a lot of guys getting forward for Chelsea.
Here we go. Oh, my God. That was...
This is not the greatest football game we've ever seen, folks.
Man.
It's really not.
Fofana coming from the back, pushing the ball. These guys are gassed. Or they're not only gassed, but they are they're deflated a little bit. You've had three...
Wesley Fofana, Buffana, Banana.
You've had 3 opportunities in the past 10 minutes to score.
But again, as you can see at this level, if it were easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, true.
And they almost have gotten in their own way.
I would say so.
Good friend of the pod, Bill Neal.
Be ill.
How
you doing, sir?
Rocking the Indianapolis Indians.
Yes.
Yeah, it's black shirt, too. I just want to point that
There we go. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like the 3...
Triple black.
Triple black. That's right. Oh, I thought you were giving me the finger there.
No. Give him the okay sign.
The thrace.
Give him the okay
sign. The thrace, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what you're saying. You're the one in the middle.
Read
there's kids
watching. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I got to tell you, Chelsea's blown some opportunities here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that guy was doing with that header. I mean, do you think he was playing defense? Right?
Havertz will do that.
I'm not paying Bill to say any of this, by the way. This is just him, his observation.
Oh, and here's 2-0. Is he off?
Yeah.
Is he off? No, I don't think so. That's 2-0.
Anto with the goal.
Oh.
First he hit it with his foot and toe.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, this is his foot and toe. I don't even care. Oh man.
You're French. Who are you saluting?
Exactly. You did it wrong too. It's this.
The De Gaulle.
Yeah, it's like the De Gaulle. All right, let's see what happened in this sequence.
Just a good little harassment from United. No, he's on.
He's on.
Wan-Bissaka's
He's on.
And then that's definitely on. Yeah, that's definitely on. So that's easy. Yeah, I think we're good here. No look pass from Casemiro.
That's just gorgeous.
Some Ronaldinho action from Casemiro, and then Jaden staying on side, and Tony staying on side. Yeah, I think that's going to stand.
Oh, man. Oh, Trevor.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more Trevor could have done there. I think position. I mean, I'm not going to complain about his positioning. When you turn the ball over like that, all of a sudden trying to get back into shape is difficult.
It's just, yeah.
I don't think any of your defenders are at fault. Whoever coughed the ball up is the one who's at fault.
Yeah. And I think that was Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, unfortunately. But here's the thing. You know, at this level, you have got to be willing to take chances, take risks, and the teams that are successful are the ones that consistently take that risk.
Here we go.
And make it work.
Yeah.
You know, I've long said that, you know, all these teams have great players. The teams that are the most successful are the ones who have guys who, and it used to just be the defender, but now we're asking the goalie to do it, but to play some risky balls out from the back rather than, you know, it used to be safety first, kick the ball out of bounds kind of thing.
Right.
Now we're asking guys saying, look, can you play this ball up the line? Can you play a ball between the lines? And that's why the top teams are successful. You know, you had Sergio Ramos for a long time at Real Madrid. You had Carlos Puyol at Barcelona. You had Rio Ferdinand. You had John Terry. And I'm not saying all these guys were great at passing the ball. They just understood when to take risks and understood that taking the risk and the reward that came with it made you a top level.
Absolutely. This was crushing.
Yeah, right before halftime.
That's crushing there. But that's Man U, right? I mean, they are incredible opportunists that will make you pay if you do stupid stuff like what Chelsea just did.
Historically, yes, and we're trying to get back to that. And I have seen glimpses of the club that I absolutely fell in love with that never say die. We will eventually score on you. We will beat you. And toe. Yes. All right, well.
All right.
I apologize that it's 2-0, but I don't apologize that it's 2-0.
No, you don't.
But it is halftime, folks.
Halftime.
And I think we might dive into this a little bit later, but for those of you watching at home, I'm definitely wearing...
Yes.
Sorry about that. Definitely wearing the Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis. Oh, lean that way.
There it is.
Jaden, Marcus, and Bakeo.
Yeah.
And... I didn't have time to go out and make one for Vinny Jr., but that's what this is about.
Yes.
Folks, we got to stamp this out. This is really, really ridiculous that a guy getting paid to play a game and to represent you or to play that game against your team, to take this level of abuse. I'm sorry. It's just, if you're at a sporting event and someone is sitting next to you shouting monkey chants at black athletes and racial slurs, look, your ticket gets you a lot.
It doesn't get you that, though.
But it doesn't get you that.
No.
Your ticket is meant to be there to entertain you.
Yep.
But your entertainment does not elevate to the level of getting to dehumanize another person, and that's what this is.
Yep.
I'm sorry. This is. If you can't understand the gravity of this, then you really, really need to be further educated on it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think a lot of us recognize this, and we just need to step up and do more and say, I'm not going to stand for this in my house.
Yep.
And La Liga needs to step up. Spain as a country needs to step up. The world needs to step up.
Absolutely.
This has been going on for a long time, and there's just no room for racism in the world, and especially in what we call our beautiful game. So that's my little halftime rant.
Yes.
Evan, glad that you are back from Germany.
Yes.
And scouting out those sites for next summer.
Woo. Danke.
And with that, I'm going to step away for a second to use the The facilities, Evan, if you want to stick
Well,
around.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Special halftime, potty break. So I'll talk during yours, you talk during mine.
Sounds good, man. I'll be back in a minute.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'm thinking as far as this match is concerned. It's falling in line with kind of what we had thought that was going to happen. Manchester United was controlling a lot of the possession. They looked really good. Chelsea started the challenge at the end of the match, or end of the half, but that final goal right before half by Martial, it was just, it's crushing. I want to talk a little bit about the way Frank looks during this whole thing. And I get, the fact that you haven't been named manager. You are not going to be named manager. You will be part of the, staff. But you have been talking, Frank, about pride and playing with pride for Chelsea. But you looked like, during the first half, at least the shots that they showed, you looked like you really didn't care. At least in my opinion. It looked like Frank just didn't care about what was going on in the field. And it was almost as if, hey, let's just get through this. Let's go through the motions. Let's, finish out this season. We're not going to get relegated. So, yay, I did that job. I'm not sure that anyone's heart is in this match. So for you Chelsea fans out there that are holding, hope out that, what, we're going to play with pride and things like that. I think there are some players out there. I think Gallagher is playing that way. I think Madueke is playing that way. He's playing really well off the side, although there were some times, a couple times where he, fumbled the ball. Fofana. But it's hard for me to find a lot of bright spots for Chelsea at this point. The giveaway just killed us there at the end of the half. Manchester United sliced and diced us, and that's what top 4 teams do. That's what they do to a team who's struggling, and we are a struggling team. They're showing the highlights, and that Casemiro header at the beginning was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And for a caliber player like him, that was a masterful goal. Havertz is marking him to the front, and Fofana had him to the back, and the guy just maintained enough space to be able to find a crease to get the header and to put the header in. It's just a brilliant play. For the rest of the time, Manchester United, they challenged a little bit, but I would give, for the rest of the time, the fact that Chelsea did have some chances. They had some really good chances. And the defense came up for Chelsea really big. They're showing where Martial took the touch, and he probably should have hit, the one-timers, probably should have just got that off immediately. And it caused the Chelsea defense to close down on him. I will say this, that the Chelsea defense didn't stop, but, they made a lot of mistakes. The whole team made a lot of mistakes. Another opportunity for United coming through here. They showed the Antony injury. Not sure what happened to Antony. We'll see. We just don't know. Was carried off the field. But overall, it's a typical Chelsea day. We had glimpses and flashes of greatness, but in the end, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And that no-look pass from Casemiro on that play was just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Wan-Bissaka to Martial for his goal. It really hurt us. Oh, that's Jadon Sancho. I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. This is a culmination of a year that, as a Chelsea fan, you want to forget. It's a year that I hope Todd Bowley will take in consideration the fact that you can't just come in and buy players and hope that they fit together. You need a manager to put people together. You need a manager that can manage. This is not American football where you just have somebody in there with a bunch of great players and let the great players do their thing and they don't listen. That's not how the New England Patriots did it. That's not how the San Antonio Spurs did it with Duncan back in the day. They literally Pop managed that team. The New England Patriots, Belichick managed that team. And I think you're seeing that with Ten Hag. You're seeing Ten Hag manage this team. And Chelsea has no manager. So I think with Pochettino coming in, Bowley has to release the reins of this club to Poch. He has to. If he doesn't, we're going to get more of the same. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is my potty break rant about the Chelsea Football Club. And I will hand it over to my dear friend, Aaron, to do his potty time rant. Okay?
To party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. For those of you who don't know, that's a phenomenal collaboration between Eddie Murphy and Michael Jackson from the 80s, and it's really a visual stunner. I suggest you YouTube that and check it out. It's really hard to dissect this because you can see that both clubs are in full transition. And obviously United are a little bit further along from, just timing, really. The whole situation with Russia invading the Ukraine, and the sanctions and things that got put on, because I don't think anybody's looking for Roman Abramovich to leave Chelsea anytime soon. So it's unfortunate for them, and they've got a very obvious rebuild in front of them now. I don't think it should take that long for them to become top four competitive again. Probably a few years to really be able to put together a squad that's going to be Champions League challenging, but definitely back to the top four in the next season or so. I think Pochettino's got a plan, and I think Todd Bowley says, we've already spent money, but we're going to sell some players and we can spend some more money. It really comes down to their collaboration. What do they want? What is Todd Bowley's vision for the team that he owns? Is he going to be able to get out of the way of things? I mean, Roman was very hands-on, but also had a lot of good people in good places. I mean, Petr Cech was really very important to things. So can Todd Bowley find similar caliber personnel to be, scouting players and helping form this vision he has for his club? But I think first and foremost, does he have a vision for the club? Does Pochettino share that vision? And can he, sort of formulate the plan to make that come to fruition? Meanwhile, Manchester United are in their own little bit of a quagmire. The Glazers have basically put the team up for sale, but there's been several rounds of the bid process, and recent news is that they're going to wait until the end of June to make a decision. Well, I mean, that basically is almost self-sabotage. You're basically saying, I'm screwing the next guy. It's Trumpian policy, if you will. It's basically saying, I don't get to have what I want. I have to leave this, so I'm going to fuck it up for the next guys. And I mean, I don't think this isn't. I hope this doesn't come across as jingoism and xenophobia. I think there's a legitimate reason for Manchester United fans to not want to be owned by, essentially the Qatari state in the way that Man City's owned by the Saudis and PSG, and that very obviously bad money is being sports washed. And there's a lot of conversations to be had about this. No one, kind of. There's a lot of people with blood on their hands and can't say they're clean and things like that. But I think the bigger story here is you've got a guy who grew up on a council estate in Manchester. made himself one of the world's most wealthy people. And maybe I don't know enough about Ineos and those companies, and maybe he's just as dirty as they are. But it seems like having somebody close to home own the club would have a lot more of the fans' wants and needs and desires at heart, because I think they would share it in a way that people from afar would not. And I realize I'm just really beginning to venture into some language that doesn't sound great. I'm not trying. I'm really not. But I think the Glazers' ownership has been a net bad thing for Manchester United. I don't really even think that's controversial to say. They've not put the interests of the fans first. They've not invested in the club in the way that they need to. Yes, they've brought players in and things of that nature, but it's just not gone the way it really should have for that kind of money and what you see they've done in American sports.
Yeah.
So I lean Sir Jim Ratcliffe, GFOP, Ryan,
What's
good to see you, buddy.
on?
So that's my 2 cents. I don't want to go much further because I feel like I've kind of maybe said some things that can be misconstrued,
Well,
and I don't want that. I'm certainly not impugning every Qatari person and things of that nature.
Yeah, no. I don't think that sounded like that at all. Now, I was only in for the part I was in for, but man, no, it didn't sound like that. It's a legit concern. I mean, it really is, because in today's age of sport, you have to be conscious of that. You have to be conscious of the fact of where is the money coming from and how is it being handled. I think you have to. I mean, once again,
Shout out to childhood buddy, Bone, Matt Albano.
Oh,
good to see you tune in, bro. Hope you're out somewhere playing golf and listening to us.
nice, very nice. At the start of the second half, but once again, I think that if anybody can talk to that, I can. Abramovich. I mean,
Yes.
it is kind of the
Ooh, shifting through the gears
That's
here, running.
nice.
Good D.
good defense. Good defense.
There
Hey,
you go.
but yeah, I just think that you have to ask those questions now. I don't think it's. And here's the thing too, with City, with what's going on with them. I saw an article. It's like, hey, is it tainted? Is their title somewhat tainted because of all the financial stuff that's going on with them? Which I think you have to take in consideration. Maybe
You have to look at it.
you got to look at it, but talent-wise, I don't think there's any question about
I
it.
guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to be conscious of. I'm a white middle class American male
Okay.
criticizing a country with different beliefs, different religion,
Sure.
different skin color, and I need to acknowledge that the United States does some shady shit too.
Oh, absolutely.
So how valid is my criticism?
Oh man, here we go.
You know, I mean,
Oh
Bruno deserved that goal.
man. Dang.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be both honest about the fact that I think there's some shady shit going on.
Sure.
But also acknowledging that, I mean, those who live in glass houses, kind of thing,
True,
right? Like
true.
I see it. I understand the optics of it, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pretend that I don't recognize that. And again, I haven't done a deep dive on Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's companies, and why I keep calling him Sir, since I'm not a British subject.
It's like, wait, what?
It's kind of silly too.
It's
So
all
there are a lot of nuances to this.
Yeah.
So let me say at the end of it, I want what's best for Manchester United, and I don't necessarily know exactly what that is.
Yeah.
But if you're going to invest this level of money into, I'm going to say it, It's the world's club. This is the world's most profitable club. This is the world's most recognizable club.
I would agree.
It's Manchester United, and then some combination of Real Madrid, Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees, AC Milan, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But Manchester United represents something to the global population, and I think there is an obligation to try to hold that club to a high standard, a standard that Matt Busby, Sir Alex Ferguson, and now Eric Ten Hag, and I'll say it, Jose Mourinho and Louis van Gaal tried to hold the club to. And I want an ownership group that recognizes that's what they've got to do.
Right.
That's my more than potty time rant. United starting on the front foot here, I think, really nicely in the second half.
Man.
And maybe could have had a goal there. Got Malacia on, so I'm assuming we took Shaw off. I didn't see any injuries or anything like that, but maybe it's a precaution. Not too concerned. If we win this game, then we're obviously secure for the top four, and then we really put ourselves in a good position for Sunday. We're home to Fulham. I think we can handle Fulham. And that will get us top three. So maybe one eye toward that. Let's rest Luke. He's played a lot. Joao Felix not looking real happy on the sideline. What are your thoughts on Joao Felix's season at Chelsea?
Yeah, I just think that I don't know. I'd like to see more of him and Enzo together. I'd like to see more of him, Enzo.
Little deeper, a little
Mudryk.
playmaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to see Mudryk, Enzo, and Felix working together with, like I said, maybe a Lukaku as a 9.
Well, I was going to say my concern about Joao Felix was always that it seemed like you bought him thinking we got a goal scorer.
Oh, yeah, no.
And he's really more of a playmaker kind of guy. And well done, Dave. But the problem is it's the same issue. Mm-hmm. You don't have a guy to finish, and he's you see he's been put in positions to score goals, and he hasn't scored some goals that you would think, okay, a number 9 is going to score this goal.
Right.
If that ball had been slipped into Lukaku, it would probably be in the back of the net. If the ball got slipped into Martial,
yes.
If he's not on the sidelines hurt,
right,
he's going to score that goal.
Yeah.
So it's an almost unfair criticism of him. Because he was bought to do something that's not really his wheelhouse. But I do think if you can drop him into that role, right? If you get, I gather that they want to play Enzo as sort of a hybrid 6-8. So then you need to find somebody to complement that.
Yes.
And then play Joao at the 10.
Yep.
Well, now Lukaku's going to feast.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely think he's going to feast. The problem is that the vision? What's I keep coming back to it, and it's very much the trust the process kind of thing. Well,
there's no process.
If there's no process,
there's no process.
There's nothing to trust. You're just throwing guys out there saying, "Gosh, I really hope our talent scores us goals."
Yes. And that's not going to happen. There has to be. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about at my potty break rant is the fact that managers manage.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag is doing an incredible job at managing this team. Look at this. I mean, it's just gorgeous play from Man U, and there is no manager. Oh, Kepa!
Wow! Bang it!
Ooh!
Damn! All right, so this was a fun sequence of football back here.
Kepa.
Yeah, Kepa with a strong wrist, as they say.
Oh, hey! Get out of there!
A little behind him, really great goal line save, and then.
Yeah,
that wasn't too far off.
That was not too far at all.
That was not too far off.
That right there, Eriksson just.
I mean,
it was behind him.
If that ball is 2 inches further, I think he probably manages to put it away.
Yeah, he puts it away.
And then Jaden still gets something on it, so it clicks back.
Just
And
boom.
Kaza deserves. He's well within his rights to have that
Yeah.
shot. I think Kepa has it covered. I'll be fair.
You know,
I think he's got that.
yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
Well, they're going to show us from right behind the goal here, I bet.
Yeah.
Nope. But
A great sequence of play right there.
Really, really lovely football from both clubs.
I think in the thing. Is this Dave again?
Dave's arthritis is kicking
This
in.
is Dave again. We've got to get him off the pitch. But here's what I would say is that, yeah, there he goes. He's like, I'm out, guys.
I'm done.
I'm out. That looks like me.
He's just going to leave and get in his car and be like, I'm going back to I'm driving to Spain.
That looks like me, like leaving an indoor match. Like, okay, guys, I'm just done. I'm done.
Oh, dude.
Done.
that was me Sunday afternoon. We had one sub in the second half of our game on Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, it was brutal.
Wow.
And I played wing most of it.
Oh, okay,
That is not great.
Dave may give it a go. He may say, okay, I'm all right. Just had to get some more oil.
He gonna go cry in his
There
car.
you go. But I think Chelsea has the making of a decent attack.
Yes.
They
Yes.
really do. And for me, it's those four players. I think you let Lukaku be Lukaku, but then with the combination of Mudryk,
Well, I mean, Mount is leaving.
Mount's leaving, and I think James. I mean,
I gotta believe Havertz is leaving since he was probably going to be going in the window anyway.
yeah, Chilwell's got to go.
I wouldn't
too.
be surprised that if Ziyech goes,
Yep.
and I think Pulisic will probably go.
Yes.
So
yeah.
so now the problem becomes this thing that wasn't cohesive is fine, it's gone, but what do we replace this with? What's the vision? Can we do it? I mean, you don't need to replace four guys. You probably only need to replace two of them.
Yes.
But what's the plan?
Well, I think the plan is that you've got it. Once again, I keep talking about Brighton. Brighton had a really good plan. They worked on their defense. They worked on their defense to keep them in matches so that then they can work on learning how to score goals. I mean, it's amazing what happens whenever you are able to score first in a match. Like, you get loose. You are able to, play with a little more drive, a little more just kind of moxie about you. And we haven't had that this season. We have been playing on our heels all season long, man. And I think that just wears on you to where a club like Man U, who went through not as dramatic or as drastic of a journey we've been on last year, but Man U have learned now. They're like, okay, we have learned how to create goals. And they have not only learned how to create goals, but out of learning how to create them, they can score them at will.
Well, I agree with you up to that very last point.
At will.
I think that they have learned how to create what they want. They do not have the personnel to fulfill that goal just yet.
Okay.
I think
Maybe at will against teams that are struggling, like a Chelsea.
Well,
I mean,
we've got the same problem that, quite frankly, a lot of teams have right now, and that is who puts the ball in the back of the net for you when you truly need it. A team like Manchester City.
Wow, that's a great ball.
Holland's got a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But Julian Alvarez has a lot of goals. They create opportunities that basically they're saying no matter who you are, you're going to be able to finish this. We're going to crush you so badly. United aren't quite to that point yet, and therefore need an out-and-out striker, and the same that you're searching for.
Yeah.
When you create fewer opportunities, so you desperately need somebody who's ruthless as a striker.
Yes.
We create them slightly more often, so we don't quite need that. But we still. I mean, look, if United land Harry Kane, I'm going to be happy about it. I'm going to be happy about that. If we decide to take Victor Osimhen from
Napoli,
I'm going to be happy about that. There's a handful of guys that I'm like, this is fine because we're creating things. And the more we create for a guy who can score, the more that other people contribute because the defense now has to recognize them so much. All of a sudden, Marcus Rashford has an easier job to score goals. Anthony has an easier job to score goals. Bruno, Jaden. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at a front rotation of 7 players that I can say, yeah, you don't want to fuck with this.
Yeah, we can go up against City.
Which is what
you can
City
go up against City with
can
that.
do. What Liverpool over the last few years had done and until this season.
Yeah.
And what you had done in a few years past.
Yes.
So we're all working toward that goal.
Yep.
The transfer window's a motherfucker. I mean,
it is.
I don't know what else to say. You know, I mean, everybody's looking for the same center back too.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Oh, David De Gea.
Dave saves.
Man. Hall had a nice shot from the side. Mudryk came in. The decent strike. Caromed off of several people. De Gea, that's an incredibly difficult save. I don't care what anybody says.
That's a pretty good shot for a guy who looks like he's going to
shot.
go on to be a math teacher.
And then look at this. Just shut up. That's just beautiful.
That's nice.
That's a beautiful save.
That's a poster save, though. That's one of those where I'm like, hey, everybody, get this. I know I've caught it. Come on. Snap that shot.
Oh, man. A math teacher? You're going to do that to Hall? You really going to do that to Hall, man?
My apologies to all math teachers out there, especially my former high school, my college roommate, Steven. That said,
well, at least you didn't say history teacher. Yeah.
Steven wasn't a soccer player, so I think he'd probably get the joke. So it's all good.
That's awesome.
Mad love to my former fraternity roommate, Steven. He said he was. He's a good dude. He's an awesome dude.
Well, that's a good takeaway in the middle of the
Was a nice little intercept. Oh, you out of here already. Bye-bye. Take your pudding shots home.
Bye.
We're good.
Yeah, they were. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, no.
This is not good.
You fell over. You fell over.
Oh, ball game. Oh!
Damn it.
Okay, go,
and again, you see, this is where it's just not. I mean, everything about that was like 99.9% right.
Yeah.
But that 0.1% is why we don't have a goal now.
Yep.
And now you're at the other end of the field. No, you fell over too.
Oh!
No.
Oh, man. I'm looking for anything right now.
I get it.
I know,
mean,
man.
but
it was
really
too hard of a touch. It was too much of a touch.
Oh, it's not a great foul.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, he didn't lend himself very well there.
Nope.
This game's a little open and ragged for me right
It
now.
is. It's open. We're in the 60th minute, ladies and gentlemen, and right now it's just up and down, back and forth.
I mean, it's entertaining in the way that, like, an 8th grade basketball game is entertaining. Because it's not the highest quality footy going on here.
Right.
But it is enjoyable, and I'm enjoying it.
There you go.
2-goal cushion.
I would figure you.
I'm less concerned than I would be otherwise.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think the goal right before the half was definitely crucial.
Oh yeah.
That had to play into the mentality. That said, Chelsea's come out with a much more renewed spirit. They're playing better and more aggressive in this half than they did in the first.
My prediction of 2-1 could be still.
I think that's definitely on the table. I could see that.
I would love to see a score 1.
Well, from a neutral's perspective,
with David De Gea back
a goal
there,
for Chelsea in about the 78th minute, that makes that last 12, 15 minutes, that grandstand finish, some interesting. No. He got a good foot on that. I'm sorry. He stepped on. I mean, he steps right in front of the ball.
Oh, no, he did not. No.
All right, well, he does not step directly on the ball.
No, he doesn't.
That said, I'm not sure you where I'm still going to have concern is that if Casemiro would have stepped on his foot, that would that's a foul. I've harmed you.
Yes.
He stepped on Casemiro's foot, which is already planted. So I don't know how much you can give the foul there. That would be an interesting nuance. This is where I'd be like,
that would be.
Where's our referee intern?
Yes, that's right. We need a referee intern
to come in and.
Well, I think it's Bill Neal.
Who's
I don't know.
I can't remember who the.
Danae, we need you right now. Where are you at, Danae?
No, there's a. I think her name's. Christine, something on the. When they do the Champions League in the Europa, she's their former referee and kind of expert on the rules, and she's great. Oh! Nope, took him wide. We're gonna have to get better at broadcasting than just shouting things into the microphone.
Exactly. Right there, if I'm trying to see who's on the side over there.
Unnecessary back heel.
If someone would have made a nice run into the box right there, a back heel would have worked right there.
Well, I mean, in like 2 times in a row,
nice delivery.
The weight of the pass was just wrong.
Uh-oh. What?
And
come on, guys.
Yeah, it's out.
Okay. All right. Well.
My big red microphone. Oh!
Hey, Pooley!
A legend and a hope to be legend. We've got Ashley Cole giving directions to Christian Pulisic. Hopefully, they're not about playing left back. I mean, he would be an expert, but I don't want to see Pooley at left back. All right, I think.
Oh, Mudryk.
I think so. We got Pulisic and Joao coming on for Mudryk and.
Oh, who just came off? Oh, dang it. No, I just lost it.
You've always got a dicker.
Just lost it. We said it, but we just lost it. Anyway, just rewind the podcast back about 35 seconds, and you'll find out who came on to the pitch.
Wow, it doesn't even have it yet. Okay. 2-0 Havertz.
Okay. Havertz.
Interesting.
Havertz.
I think you guys might have just gone a bit narrow, which might be a good thing. Oh, that's lovely. Give it back.
Good play. Pulisic making a change, making a difference, coming in.
He is a hard worker.
Oh, come on,
This isn't a American, bias. I think he's a wonderful player. I also don't think he's built for the Premier League. I don't think it's the best place for him. I'm wondering if maybe Spain or Italy might be a better location for him.
Do you go back to the Bundesliga? Do you go back? You know what I mean? I mean,
if Christian Pulisic were to go to the Bundesliga, it would have to be Bayern. He can't go back to Dortmund. It can't be that kind of situation. He has to go to the best club in the league, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I could absolutely see him going to I think he might be really good at an Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
I could see him being good at maybe a Juve or an AC or Inter. I mean, he deserves to be at a top club. I don't think there's any question about that.
Absolutely.
But, I look at these various players, and I think it's apropos to talk about, Inter Milan. Henrik Mkhitaryan was at United a few years ago, and I really liked him.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't the right fit at the right time, management and everything. And he's kind of moved around a couple times, and now here he is playing in a Champions League final with Inter Milan. Obviously a top-level player. And I think you see that a lot, and people need to recognize it more, that a guy like Pulisic is one of those players. I think he's at that level and just needs to find the correct home.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all I'm saying. I don't know where that is. I don't think he's cut out for the Premier League. I think it's a bit much for him.
I don't want to say that. Hey. I hate saying that, and there's part of me that's like, I think it's a matter of the system that he's in, that he will perform. There have been glimmers and glimpses of his abilities with a Chelsea jersey on that I think warrants that warrants the fact that he can play at this level. But physically, you have a point.
I don't think there's a question about his game. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in any way
Right.
there's a question about can he do the thing. He
Right.
can do the thing. He's demonstrated it, and he has scored.
What is that?
Massive goals in the biggest contests. I'm not concerned about whether he can do it. I'm concerned about, that's a ball. Get there.
Come on, Dave. Dave.
Good work.
Nice work,
Good work
Dave.
defensively. I'm concerned about his durability. I'm concerned about his. I mean, look. Chris Paul's a generational point guard.
Yes.
The guy's
Yes.
absolutely amazing. Guy's missed 60% of the playoff games he's been eligible for.
Yeah.
He's just not durable enough.
Right.
And I hate that for guys. I hate it when you see somebody. I mean, there's the list is way too long of guys who had tremendous ability, and their bodies in combination with what they were asked to do. We have a shared failure of Greg Oden. No. I mean,
Yes.
what a spectacular player, right?
Man.
And we all had visions of what this guy was going to be in the NBA.
Oh my God.
And his body said no. Zion Williamson might be following suit. I'm trying to kind of create a connection here.
Yes.
And say that I think Christian Pulisic is a phenomenal player. I don't question whether he can do it. I think he could do it on any team, anywhere. Can he do it consistently over the course of a season in a particular league? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. And I think if Pooley can find like this right here.
No, he just goes down. You don't give anything here, but I think they should have stopped play because he does get hit in the face.
Yeah. It's
In the face.
In the face. I don't know, man. Once again, it's
Fred.
I love his name.
Fredinho.
Fred.
Good friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Good friend of the pod.
Oh, wait. High five. Skirt.
Another white girl stealing black hands.
Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen.
It just
Hey.
mic drop.
Mic drop. That's it. There you go.
I'm glad most of that was off camera.
I will be right back.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
All right. It was an awkward step away. So we'll just talk about the game. We got 20 minutes to go, a little over with added time. I think United largely still in control. Chelsea have managed a little bit, but it's just not quite there for them yet. Getting in down the right wing, but just not enough support play, not enough cohesion. And now we got Garnacho on.
All right, here we go.
Did Garnacho come on for?
Oh, Ole. Oh, that's a yep. Point to the spot.
Oh, I think we've got a penalty.
Yep, we do.
So at some point here in the last few minutes, Garnacho came on and is now on the left. I'm going to assume he came on for Sancho.
Man.
Nacho for Sancho.
Well, Fofana. Yeah, he got Ole'd right there, and then went back and flipped Bruno. That's pretty easy.
So
I can call that one.
Fred for Eriksson and Garnacho for Martial.
Oh,
So I'm guessing Rashi's through the middle now. Yeah.
dang it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he just got caught.
He just got. Yep.
The strange thing is, if you don't do anything at all, fans are gonna be like, well, you're lazy, you didn't try anything.
Right.
But the fact is, you're already beat. So it's better to not throw that leg out. I mean, really.
Just recover. Try and recover what you can.
At that point, you've got to say, I've still got my goalie behind me.
Exactly.
And I need to give him an opportunity because.
Yeah.
And now you've put him in a bad spot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But yeah,
absolutely.
Your goalie would have rather had an opportunity to at least come off his line and maybe make a stop in real time than be like, oh, I have to face this. And
well,
all right, fans. Here's the question for everybody at home: does the guy who got fouled get to take it always, or is that a bad idea because their adrenaline's going too much?
No, I think he goes top right. Oh, bottom right. Oh. Okay. All right.
I think there may be some bad blood between Bruno and Kepa because
Bruno.
One, that was an absolute punk ass bitch. Like absolute sit you down. Like Bruno knew he had him. And then he stares him down at the end of it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, come on.
Oh, that was horrible by Kepa. That was horrible. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Watch this. Oh, I'm going to second guess myself. Just go with it, dude. Just go with it. Hey, good. Yes. Let's get into it. I agree with Enzo. I absolutely agree with Enzo. That was a great penalty. That was a great penalty, but I agree with Enzo right here. You know what? Yes. You don't.
You got to stand up for your dude.
Don't disrespect. I mean, that's some bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like Kepa coming in and say, hey, dude, you got me. Let's just move on.
I think we're going to be having a handful of cards get handed out here.
Yeah, fuck you, Bruno. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud, but yes, I did. Yeah. That's some, and okay, maybe it is frustration. Maybe it's, Bruno saying, hey, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean,
you're up 2-0 against a team that's hurting, dude.
First off, I have no idea if there's some sort of
the chip. Yeah, there may be chatter going on
between the two of them, but we're at home. Bruno has his right to go celebrate with the fans.
Well, yeah, go celebrate.
I don't know what the stare down was, but it seems like the issue is really more with some collateral players really than the principals, because ultimately Kepa and Bruno walk away saying everything's okay.
But here's what I like about Enzo. I like that reaction. About Enzo. Malacia.
Why does Malacia get the card?
He may have, I don't know. That's interesting. It wasn't him. Okay, so Enzo gets a card, which, I get that. Absolutely. Does Bruno get a card? No.
So
Bruno does not get a card.
Enzo and Malacia get cards?
This is what is so
what a ball.
maddening.
What a ball from Bruno, and Garnacho is going to break you down, and Fred's not going to score. Nope, you should have stopped your run earlier.
Come on, go. Go.
Oh, that's a nice
ball. It's a good ball.
It's a
good
real
ball.
Good ball. Oh, David De Gea.
The Panther.
Sir.
The Panther. I do like that from Enzo. I do. I like it from Enzo.
He's a Spanther.
A Spanther. Anyway, I like that from Enzo. There needs to be more of that. That
you
tells
guys
me. Yeah, that's
very slow to move through the gears at times.
Oh.
I can tell you that once again, not having, Reece James.
Yeah.
Really, you miss him.
Oh well, we do, and like I said before,
it gives
that
you options.
Chilwell needs to go, but when he and Chilwell are on the wings.
Cucurella needs to go.
He needs to go
Chilwell.
too. But when he and Chilwell are on the wings, it's almost as if there is a stability that is there. Those two have played together through
there's an understanding of what they're supposed to do across that back line.
Yes.
And without it, even if just one's missing, it's problematic for you.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a leader back there.
No. And so, this is painful to watch. Chelsea fans, I hope that that you understand that this is. Hey, you know what? I was sitting right next to my friend last year, and we were talking about the same thing whenever it came to Man U. I mean, literally.
Absolutely.
This is where we could be, depending on what Pac does. Oh, that's a great stop. Way to. Ooh. Anyway,
The end product's just not quite there, but I really, really like that how quickly we got to the other end of the field.
you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. This
Careful with that.
yeah. This squad that Man U has is, I think they're the squad to truly come and not pull an Arsenal. Because you got to remember, at the beginning of this year, they were still kind of gelling. They were still, they still freaking had, they had Ronaldo.
Oh.
And so, it's just getting embarrassing now, folks.
Marcus Rashford, baby.
It's getting embarrassing. Yeah. So
4-0. I was not expecting 4-0. I did not think. And honestly, it's really all come in the last 10 minutes or so where I think
Fofana with a terrible pass.
Spirits just kind of. That was nice from Rashi to kind of deke him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then would have liked to have seen him finish it clean. Good almost stop. But I mean, honestly, on another day that just goes right under him and it's clean. So whatever. But
you got to
I don't know if Marcus can be a true number 9 for this club. But he's got to stay here. We cannot Danny Welbeck him. We've got to keep this kid here. He is so important to the future of this club, and we will figure out how to use him appropriately.
Yeah. I think
he'll adapt.
Yeah. This is hard to watch, my friend. this is hard to watch.
I'm happy to win. I take no great joy in this. No, because this is look. We're both in a transitional period. It's at the end of the season. Anything really could have happened here. But I was truly expecting kind of a boring 1-0 win. I really was. That's what United have done recently. It's what Chelsea's done recently. You've just not had enough to, even when you've played well, to get the goal. And United have not had enough to really kill games off.
Sure.
I'm a little surprised by this, but I'm not going to pretend that it is some sort of super feat. In the way that Liverpool fans are going to be like, well, but we beat United 7-0 this year. Well, good on you, but you still finished 5th.
Oh.
And if that's what you're hanging your hat on, I don't think it's.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
I didn't see what happened. I didn't really see what happened.
He just went up to get the ball with a header, and Puli and De Gea got entangled. They got into it. He's like, look, I just went up for the ball. So, Pulisic is like, okay, yeah. He's
he did kind of send a message.
He did.
But you know what?
I love it. Love it.
I'm not mad about it, even though it happened to my keeper.
Love it.
I like seeing Pulisic say, fuck all y'all, I'm getting into some. And 2, this is the first Chelsea player that came out and said, let's get into some ass.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if he would have made contact to that, I'm not sure that wouldn't have been a goal. Like, De Gea seemed kind of timid going into that.
I'm 2 points. 1, I think keepers get way too much protection. That ball is up in the air. Everybody's got a right to go for it.
Totally
and
agree.
Secondly, I'll be the first to say that a legit criticism of David De Gea is that he's not strong coming for crosses in the air. He's not a big guy. He's not built like other goalkeepers. That's not his forte. His forte is, I'm an absolute brick wall with you trying to take shots at me. But he's got his deficiencies, and that's one of them. He's slight of build. And Christian said, I'm going to check you out.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There was nothing malicious in that.
No.
There's no, hey, you're not going to harm the guy badly. He just said, hey, I'm here.
Just went for the ball.
I'm here.
Yep. Just went for the ball. So we have
Didi
Fofana in the match, a younger player, younger guy getting some minutes.
Is there any relation?
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm not sure.
Because we can just do Fofana.
Yeah, at this point, I mentioned during halftime too. I wanted to talk about Frank a little bit. Frank looks like he just doesn't care. And I think that, if they would have gave him titles matter. They matter. If they'd have said he's the interim manager,
Yeah.
I think that he would have given more. But simply to be a caretaker, it's like, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm wondering if the players are like,
Well, we went through it last year with Rangnick.
well, yeah, but he was the interim manager. He wasn't the caretaker.
No, he was totally caretaker.
Well, in essence he was, but he was given the title.
But I think the same thing happened. I think the manager said, "I'm not important," and the players said, "The manager's not important." So right now, you've got a handful of guys who are like, you know what? I have a relationship with Frank Lampard. I have a history with Frank Lampard. I think he's a decent coach. I'm going to do what he says.
But the rest of them
You've got a bunch of guys who are like, you know what? You tried to sell me in the transfer window and couldn't. Or I clearly am not part of the next process. Or I don't like Frank Lampard. I was here the last time and we didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
So I just think you've manufactured your own issue.
Yeah.
And I like Frank Lampard, and I really expected him to be a very good manager, but some guys don't translate. I mean, let's face it. Frank's a smart guy.
Oh.
So I don't understand that aspect of it, but sometimes, like, Magic Johnson wasn't a good basketball coach. Roy Keane's not a great football manager, and part of that is because some guys are just good at what they do and don't understand why other people can't do what they do.
True.
Like, Magic just did shit. Roy Keane bled for the game in a way that not everybody can.
Yeah.
Maybe Frank played the game in a way and has an understanding that just doesn't translate.
Yeah.
Because you see that with certain managers. There's no reason why some guy, they obviously know the game, they've played the game. Is Wayne Rooney going to become Manchester United's manager at some point? I don't know.
Don't know.
I really don't know.
I think there's some guys who just naturally,
That ball could have gone anywhere.
Inherently just not only know how to play the game, but understand the game. And I think that's what you get in, once again, I'm going to give Wayne Rooney his props. He's doing a decent job, managing. And I think that as he continues managing, he's going to be fine. I think that with Frank, and I'm guilty of it too, I think Frank rides his popularity at the bridge, at Stamford Bridge, at Chelsea, rides his popularity. People think, oh yeah, Frank knows and understands the soul and essence of Chelsea, which I really do think he does. But that doesn't make you a good manager. That doesn't make you a good manager. It is a combination. There's a reason why Ted Lasso is a TV show.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
But
there's
I think
a reason why.
I think the point I'm getting to is maybe the better player you were, the less capable of a manager you're going to be, because the intangibles you had as a player aren't going to translate. Like, think of the guys who are the best managers in the world. Like
Sure.
like in the
Sure.
modern era, we think of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sure.
We think of Pep, think of Klopp, think of Jose, Louis van Gaal. All of these guys played the game at a high level, but they were not superstars.
They weren't superstars.
Pep Guardiola was a water carrier for that Barcelona team, and in a great one, in the way that Didier Deschamps is for French.
Right.
But maybe you can't be a superstar and then go on. Steve Kerr was a role player.
He was a role player
And has gone on to become one of the best
coaches
in the
all
NBA.
time.
You look at these guys. Pat Riley was a journeyman basketball player.
Yeah.
Maybe
Phil Jackson was a role player.
You can't be that guy.
Well, and once again, maybe not. Maybe there's that intangible that's there to where if you are a role player or if you're not a superstar, you have more opportunity to observe other people's games.
That's what I'm saying.
Other people's games, and to recognize, okay, just like me, you're a role player. Oh crap! I played with somebody who is on.
Well, when you got to
superstar
do
level.
the work.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're Thierry Henry and you just have this natural ability and this I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah.
You know other aspects of the game are needed, but you don't know them. You haven't done them.
Right.
Whereas Didier Deschamps, did the dirty work so Zinedine Zidane could be great. And I got to be honest, I just accidentally hit on it, but Zinedine Zidane is probably one of the most successful superstar players turned coaches that I can even think of.
Yeah.
Because I look around all these different sports, and I'm like, none of these NFL coaches were the star quarterback or the star linebacker.
Yeah, I think you could point to, I don't know. Maybe Ron Rivera with, I don't know. Maybe. But you're right. I mean, maybe there is something there that is in sports psychology or something like that, saying, hey, if you are one of those superstar players, are you too focused on your game, your, whatever it is, and you're not observing everyone else because everyone else is observing you?
I don't think in any way Cristiano Ronaldo or Leo Messi could be high-level coaches, because they're like what I was saying about Magic Johnson before. Like, I'm just good. I'm just so good at this that part of my coaching is going to be just be as good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
Like, I know, like, part of coaching is how you develop players. And I think Jose Mourinho looked at it and went, well, here were my deficiencies. What do I wish a coach would have said to me to be able to improve me?
This is a nice run by Chelsea.
This is
nice
a good little
run.
transition.
Hey, there we go. There's one. Joao Felix.
And Joao Felix with the goal. But again, running from deep rather than being on the end of things.
Yes.
De Gea is going to be pissed to not keep a clean sheet.
Keep a clean sheet. But
especially after he won the goal. By the way, both Manchester United goalkeepers.
Yes.
Mary Earps and David De Gea, Golden Glove winners in their respective leagues. I'm going to take it.
Hey, you know what? That's fine.
It's a nice finish. That is a very nice finish from Joao.
Yes.
But again, rather than expecting him to be a number 9 and be on the end of things, he's running, and because people had to respect him, they drop off. United did a poor job of stepping the ball there. We really needed somebody to close at about 30 yards, and it didn't happen. Well, then that becomes an easy goal for a guy at that level.
Oh, my. Here's the answer, ladies and gentlemen. There's the answer. Oh!
Nice save by Kepa.
Nice save by Kepa.
But honestly, just absolutely wide open on the return.
It's just this is what kills Chelsea.
Yeah.
And this was a couple seasons.
Did you even see how
what a ball.
Miliqueta tried to drag him down and couldn't?
What a ball.
Yeah, really tremendous. Who played that?
Kepa, nice save, bud.
Who was that out wide for United on the right?
Was it Sancho? No, Sancho's gone.
No, it could have been.
I can't remember. I don't know. But, to get a goal like that shows Joao Felix.
Yeah, I think it might have been Sancho.
He has the ability.
Yes.
There we go.
Good D. Showed a little too much of it there.
There we go. Can we get one more, maybe? Maybe? Go. Oh.
That's a foul. I'd call that a foul, yeah. Nope. Oh, interesting. I thought he called a foul there.
No, Ziyech, man, keep running, man. Don't stop waiting for a foul. See, okay, I'm sorry. It's stuff like that. Like you play until you hear the freaking whistle, man. You don't sit there and protest. You just play. And
I just think they've not been as good as they have needed to be, but there are a lot of reasons for that. But I mean, Havertz and Ziyech have every reason to feel like fuck this club.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Man. Oh, what a play.
And much like I've been saying, like, Maguire's going to leave and go to, Everton or Newcastle or some shit like that, and he'll look good again.
Yeah.
And Ziyech and Havertz will leave and go to another club, and you'll be like, oh, shit, Martial's going to go to PSG or something next season, and he'll score 25 goals because they're that good, and this just doesn't suit them.
Yeah.
Fred.
Man, I tell you, it is definitely a... Dave.
He gets in the way. I'll give him that.
All right, guys. Last 2 minutes of this non-competitive match.
It has played out that way. That's
it
for
has
sure.
played out that way.
Yeah, you guys put up a bit of a fight early in the second half, but once we picked you off,
it was just done.
well, it was
Game over.
it was two in quick succession, and that kills your
It
psyche.
breaks your back, man. Breaks your back. Jeez.
Well, let's look ahead here, folks.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
We've got Sunday coming up. Final day of the season.
Yeah.
Chatham Tap open at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Regular menu. They will have every game on across a variety of TVs. Another good save. by
Another good
Kepa.
save.
Kind of a poor effort by McTominay, I got to be honest. But honestly, just
Boy,
won
got
it
on
right
me
back.
quick. Got on me quick.
And I think that took a deflection.
Man.
Wow. Crazy game here, folks. But yeah, Sunday, final day of the season for the Premier League.
Frank just looks.
He's not happy.
Well, he's not happy, but he's just totally.
He's glazed.
He's disassociated
yeah.
from his team, and that's a shame. That's a shame. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just.
No, I get it.
Sad.
Well, I mean, it's got to be frustrating. You know, I don't care who you are, who you support. When you look at a situation like this, it's got to be frustrating because you're like, again, these are top level players. It's
Yeah.
not like these are scrubs.
Right.
It's not like there was some sort of like, scab picket line crossing and these are guys playing off the street. I mean, these are world class players that are
Yeah.
going to play for their national teams
Yeah.
in international competitions.
Right.
And there
that,
it is.
Thankfully, is the end of the
There
match.
it is. Evan, sorry.
Oh man. No. Well done.
I'm so sorry it's over. I thought there was going to be isn't there a penalty shot for a 3-run goal?
Oh, no.
A
A three-run goal.
Manchester United with a 4-1 win.
Well, I just saw they did the 17th stretch in the game last night.
Casemiro with a grand slam, scoring 4 goals at
Rashford
once.
spelled backwards is dumb shit.
And ladies and gentlemen.
Well, and that's what we do here at Chatham Tap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Final thoughts on the game.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. It's interesting. Final thoughts on the game. Man, I look at Frank, and Super Frank is just one of my favorite people. He just was not even associated. Just wasn't even associated in this game.
not even hiding it.
What? I don't even care. Anyway, I've got a civic duty I have to perform later on, so I got to be kind of coherent. Oh, look. Oh, Ten Hog's like, you're not happy there, Zach. You need to come see us.
Eric.
You need to come see us.
Eric
You need to come see us.
Hog.
You need to come see us. Anyway, yeah, it was a lackluster performance once again. I don't know. That was some old BS. And once again, every player. No, not that one. Till I die, dude. Till I die. You got to be till you die. And
Well, like we've always said, if you're a fan, you're a fan. And
yes.
you know what? You're going to get through this. Your club's going to recover. I actually think there's not a long process for you. Whether that translates into trophies and things, I don't know. But you'll be
Yeah.
competitive again in the next season and a half.
Yeah.
I question what Pochettino's plan is.
Hey,
how many players he wants to bring in. All that. Was that
Yeah.
Barry Earps?
Yeah, that was Earps.
Right on.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Keeper on keeper love.
No, never mind. Nope, don't say it. Don't say it. Just don't say it. Anyway, yeah, I think that Manchester United they needed to come in and they wanted to make a statement. And why not make a statement against Chelsea? They're a huge rival, and you do that. You just do that. You do this. This is what you do to teams who are struggling. As a top 4 club, this is what you do to teams who are struggling. Hats off to Man U. They beginning parts of this season, there was a lot of question marks. It was like, oh man, I don't know. But boy, I tell you, they have gelled as a squad, and notably so when Ronaldo left.
I think that was huge.
Yeah, they gelled as a squad, and so I think that this Man U team really they can challenge.
The future is bright, and I think
You got nothing.
I'm just admiring.
Just listening. Oh, yeah,
a handful of smart buys, some good sells,
Yes.
and a handful of let's pick them for the future.
Does this become the financial?
I think
yeah.
could really. I mean, I think that's really what you're talking about. You know, I Harry Kane is probably. I mean, look, a striker definitely has to happen.
If he comes to Man U, dude, you guys are going to be set. You're going to be set and ready to not only challenge, but really to take this league by storm, to really stand next to City and make a run.
Evan ordered a water. We're going to mock him for it. Sarah, thank you so much. Good friend of the pod. Huh?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
You're going to mock me for it.
I think there's an obvious path forward for both of these clubs. As I've been saying, you know, we're a little further along on the trail, but I think where you are and where you need to be isn't nearly as arduous as what we put ourselves through over the last few years, so long as Poch and Bowley have sat down in an office and said, on the whiteboard,
Yes.
this is the plan. And,
Yes.
I want to believe that's the kind of stuff that happens. Unfortunately, I look back at my club over the last decade and say, clearly this didn't happen every time. And that's frustrating. But there's a squad in there. And I think there's reason to be hopeful as a Chelsea fan, even though today was not a great day.
Right. And once again, you know, I think you're right. There's still signs that say Glazer's out, and you guys are, you know, top 3 probably.
It's got nothing to do with our standing, though. It's all about how the club is run.
I understand.
Same sort of thing, though. That's what I'm saying is how do you want the club run? You know, and look, the LA Dodgers are a pretty successful organization.
Sure.
I think Todd Bowley recognizes that. I think he made some mistakes early on, tried to do some American shit.
Yeah.
But if the man's a smart businessman, which by all accounts I think he is, he's going to find the infrastructure and put it around himself. Yeah. He's going to find, look, I need a scout, I need a GM, I need these types of people. And he's identified a world-class manager in Mauricio Pochettino.
Sure.
So your job now is to get out of the way and sign the checks.
Yes, and I hope that that's what he sees his job as. I really do. I think that Chelsea has an incredible opportunity to not only, you know, rebuild, but I think they have a chance to rebuild back to the glory days, to where they had a squad, not just individual great players, but a true squad.
Yeah.
A squad that recognized each other as really, really good players and said, okay, this is what Enzo does best, so let me get him the ball.
Yeah.
This is what Lukaku does, so I need to deliver the pass here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a recognition of that stuff. But you have said this, and I've said this throughout the entire season, and I think what Poch needs to do when he first comes in is says, these are my guys. These are my guys. And you know what? They are going to be first team. They're practicing together. They're running together. They're getting used to each other and feeling each other out and knowing each other's nuances. There was no recognition of nuance in Chelsea's play until that very final goal, to where you saw the 4 that were attacking, three of them kind of spread out a little bit to bring the defense off of, you know, the defense off of João Felix so he could actually make the shot. And I think there's a recognition there, but you hardly ever saw that the entire season.
No, agreed. And it's about building those relationships on and off the field, developing that telepathy, like I said.
Yeah.
And it's top down. It starts with the ownership either saying, here's my vision, or I'm empowering you to have your vision.
Yep.
Because we align, and then going from there. And I think you can see it. A healthy Reece James coming back is going to be huge.
Sure. Absolutely.
We'll probably do an end of season show where we talk about the final results and our kind of predictions for the season and what we thought would happen, and then where we are now. But what each club needs to do going forward. And I mean, for me, if I were Mauricio Pochettino, I've got a very obvious group of people that I'd want to keep, a very obvious group of people that I'd want to move on. Not that I dislike them, just that this isn't the plan. Ten Hag came in and was successful at doing that. And I mean, let's face it, if you'd have said, hey man, one of the biggest actions is him getting rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, you'd be like, whoa, well, that's just going to be turmoil. But it actually settled the club.
It settled the club.
You need a guy to come in and say, this is what we're doing. This is the new vision. You're either part of it or you're not. And if you're not, no hard feelings, but there's the door.
Yeah.
And there's a history of that at Chelsea. Roman had no issue with people, maybe almost to a point of kind of silliness at times. But the reality was, this is a business. You're trying to win.
Yeah.
And winning requires everybody to be on the same page.
Yep.
And I think there's an opportunity directly in front of you with a core of talented players to do that. Back to United, I think we're already there to a certain extent and just need to augment it. It'll be interesting to have this conversation 1 year from now and see truly where we are.
Well, hopefully, if we're having this conversation 1 year from now, maybe in Germany. I don't know.
Not just yet.
Not just yet. See, I'll be over there. I got to figure out. My financials to see if I can stay over there.
Just like Chelsea.
Well, maybe exactly. Maybe I can stay over there with that. By the way, good friend, new friend of the pod, Herbert. From Salzburg, Austria.
Lovely.
Herbert, hopefully you had a chance to check us out or whatever. I told him about it, and he was intrigued, so that's good. Io. Yeah.
We're late to it. How long was it ago? Oh, only a couple minutes. So,
okay.
Io, hey, man, look.
Yeah.
I actually like Harry Kane, but I think Victor Osimhen might be the better choice just as far as like having a little bit more long-term sustainability. And Kane has kind of proven a little injury-prone, but he's also proven to be a fantastic goal scorer.
Oh, my gosh, man.
If we want to win right now, maybe we do that. So,
yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Io. We definitely need to catch up, bro.
Yes, we do.
Any final thoughts?
Well, I think that you touched on it earlier on in the show, and I think we need to, kind of switch to the Evan and Aaron show for about 3 minutes. I just got back from Europe, and I think that for me, one of the greatest experiences from that trip. First of all, best trip of my life. One of the most greatest trips of my life. But one of the greatest experiences from that trip is hearing so many different languages being spoken on the streets. Hearing all whoa!
I didn't even know what just happened there.
Wow, we just fast forwarded there. That's amazing. But hearing so many languages, experiencing the different cultures, and having an appreciation for things. And I lost my shit in Munich airport because I couldn't understand, and someone couldn't understand me from ordering something. I felt ashamed after I sat and I listened to that because I'm like, you know what? This person, they're trying their best. They're trying their hardest. And that's just a dumb American expecting everyone else to kowtow to them. And, I went back and I said, I did. I said, es tut mir leid, which is I'm sorry, and danke, thank you. And the look on their face, like, literally lit up. And I'm not saying that to praise me, but what I'm saying is that when we take time to understand each other, stuff like what happened to Vinny Jr., it diminishes. It doesn't happen as much. And this has got to stop. It's got to stop. I've heard so many things over the course of my life from people who are just simply too ignorant to come up with something that is different, something that can express themselves and their anger differently, rather than latching onto someone's ethnicity or latching onto someone's identity. It's tired. It just is tired. It's old. It's tired. It's overdone. You know what? If you have a player that doesn't perform, great. That's fine. You can be angry at them. No worries. They're trained to know that. But when you start attacking them, and I'm going to say it again, if you start attacking their family, for those of you who attacked Harry Maguire's family and countless other people's family, you are the lowest of low. And I know I can say that on this podcast because I know he will back me up saying that you are not a fan. You are not a fan. You are simply someone who is posing to be a fan, who simply just wants to espouse their hate on something that they can't control. And that's a shame. That's a shame. And it's time that we all realize the fact that we all are selfish, and that, you know what, these guys are out there. Yes, they're getting paid to play a game, but they're out there because they love the game and they love playing it. And it's one of those things that, you know what, I'm not gonna bash you for making a living. I'm not gonna bash you for making all kinds of money. The clubs are offering you that money. Hell, I'd play for that money. But we've got to stop this, Aaron. I don't understand. Like, put some closure on this, man, please.
I got one thing to say. Hashtag Sege. Hashtag Black People Vote.
Okay, there you go. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? While as Blues fans, this was not necessarily the best match to watch, as a friend of my friend here, I would not rather be in another place watching this match. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's still an opportunity for Chelsea to finish at the top of the bottom half of the Premier League. We have a game in hand on Crystal Palace, and so, anything can happen. Let's be the king of the losers. What do you say? Why not? Let's
get it done, man. Get it done.
Have a great evening.
We'll be back, folks. Take care.